Considering making a move to Glenview, here are the 10 things you'll want to know before making a move. First up, home prices. They vary a lot. Our median home price for a single family home in 2021 is right at the $600,000 price point, but you'll find your starter home around $400,000 and a good selection of homes in the $1 to $1.3 million range, with a handful of homes over that threshold, really topping out at the $3 to $4 million mark. Number two, parks. Did you know Glenview has over 600 acres of developed and undeveloped parkland managed by the Park District? There are 48 community parks with everything from sled hills to ice skating to tennis, basketball, baseball. There are 2 outdoor swimming pools and 1 indoor one called Splash Landings. Number 3, you may have read that Glenview ranks high in state and national rankings for school systems. Did you know that not all of Glenview goes to the same school district? The majority of Glenview is served by District 225, which is the Glenbrook school system, and that school system is shared between the village of Glenview and Northbrook. Now, there are pockets in Glenview that will fall into other school districts, so you want to keep that in mind if that is a driving factor for you. Specifically, in East Glenview, there are parts that will fall into the New Trier School District, and in the southwest portions, there are parts that will fall into the main school systems. That's MAINE for main school systems. The other thing you will want to consider is there are parts of Glenview that attend the Northbrook school system. Still part of the Glenbrook schools and some of the elementary schools, but the districts do kind of blur at the edges. If that is a driving factor for you, you definitely want to pay close attention to the school boundaries. 4, do you like running, cycling, maybe cross-country skiing? Glenview is in close proximity to the Des Plaines Trail, which provides 28 miles of paved and unpaved surfaces along the west side of Glenview, and along the east side, Glenview is very close proximity to 20 miles of the North Branch Trail, which runs alongside the Chicago River and takes you north into the Chicago Botanic Gardens. Number 5, as a local realtor, one of the biggest questions I get from buyers coming to the area, especially if they're coming from a major city like Chicago and they're coming to the suburbs, is where am I going to get my coffee? Or where am I going to go out to eat? You know, the concern is, especially coming from an area that has so many restaurants like downtown Chicago, is does that even exist in an area like Glenview? Rest assured, it does. We've got, for coffee, you've got the Glenview Grind right in downtown Glenview. We've got several Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and numerous other coffee spots within Glenview. For the restaurant scene, there is a large selection of restaurants within Glenview and nearby proximity, so you can check off most of your food needs. Everything from Chicago-style pizza, we've got the local Vicino's pizza chain, we've got Illuminati's, we've got Giordano's, if you like your deep dish pizza. We've got some interesting pizza options like the Pizzalid at Pappy's Pizza. There's Midi Mags in downtown Glenview. There's a lot of pizza places in Glenview. The more I think of it, the more I realize there's a lot of pizza options. But there's a lot of great options, and everybody, especially in the Chicagoland area, is very specific on the kind of pizza they like. So rest assured, Glenview's got a lot of options for you. Okay, well, what about beer, going out for drinks? Well, Glenview's got several breweries like 1090 Brewery on Waukegan, and Makushla Brewery on Lake. There's also several brew pubs, restaurants like Glenview has one of only 2 Yard House restaurants within the state of Illinois. And if you're not familiar with Yard House, they've got, I mean, it's got to be over 100 different beers on tap, along with, you know, some interesting brew pub food options. There's also Hangar 2 restaurant in West Glenview. And if you're looking for some larger scale restaurants, there's Wildfire right on the edge of the Glen, along with on the outskirts of Glenview in Skokie, you've got the Old Orchard Mall, which is a Westfield mall, and they've got some pretty big names for dining there. So whether you're looking for everything from fish tacos to burgers to a nice local Italian joint, you're in close proximity in Glenview. Number 6, celebrating the 4th of July. Glenview is home to one of the largest 4th of July parades in the northwest suburb, along with an awesome 4th of July fireworks display. Number 7, unincorporated areas within Glenview. In the unincorporated areas, you'll want to verify what services you get or don't get from the village of Glenview. So, police and fire service. There are areas where the unincorporated areas are served by the Cook County Sheriff for police service, whereas the village of Glenview has their own police force that services the village. Other things to consider are library access. A lot of the unincorporated areas do not pay as part of their property taxes for the Village of Glenview Library, and thus if they want to use library services, they'll need to pay extra to access the library and use some of the services there. Now, the more expensive of a home that you live in, the more expensive that it will be for you to use the library. And the reason for that is for the incorporated areas in Glenview, the library service is assessed at part of the value of the home. So the more expensive of a home you live in, the more you pay as in terms of your portion to cover the cost of operating the library. That could be hundreds of dollars a year for some unincorporated homes. Other things you'll want to keep in mind in unincorporated areas, you want to look at things like the floodplains and see if those impact you there. The sewer services, are they provided by Glenview, or are you paying an additional fee to the Northfield Sanitary Sewer District? One other thing that you'll want to keep in mind in unincorporated areas, the village of Glenview does not have a vehicle city sticker. So if you're coming from places like the city of Chicago, where you can spend upwards of $100 per year for a vehicle sticker, the village of Glenview doesn't have that. Now the unincorporated areas, they do. The unincorporated areas pay a Cook County wheel tax. So if your car is registered in an unincorporated area of Glenview, it's approximately $80 per vehicle per year as a wheel tax. They used to be a sticker, now it's just a wheel tax. So you don't even get a sticker anymore. Number 8, getting to downtown Chicago. Glenview is both close and far to the city. So what do I mean by that? Well, on a normal day without traffic, from East Glenview, you can get to downtown Chicago in about 30 minutes by car. With traffic, you'll easily cross the hour mark, and in bad weather, that can push to an hour, 20 hour, 30 minutes, sometimes more. If you're taking the train, it's about a half an hour with the express train from downtown Glenview. Now, Glenview has got 2 train stations, 3 if you count the train station at the Village of Gulf. The downtown train station offers express service, which I mentioned you can get downtown in about a half an hour. Some of the other options, you're looking at 45 minutes to 55 minutes roughly to get to downtown. If you're traveling very late at night or early in the morning, you can get from East Glenview to downtown in about 20 to 25 minutes. Now I say East Glenview because getting from the eastern portion of Glenview to the western portion of Glenview adds about 12 to 15 minutes from edge to edge. So just consider that the times that I mentioned could be about that much longer by car, or if you're driving to the train station. Number 9, property taxes. The property tax rates in Glenview are more reasonable than a lot of the surrounding areas. Now, one thing to keep in mind, we're still in Illinois, so property taxes are a large portion of your home bill in Glenview and in the state in general. You'll want to budget 1.75 to 2% roughly of the assessed value of your home for property taxes. So if you live in a $600,000 home, which again is the median value for a single family home, you'll figure it's about $12,000 for property taxes, give or take. If you're looking at a brand new construction home, you'll want to err on the side of caution and push that probably to about 2.25%, and just expect that you may still need to appeal the value that the assessor puts on your home to keep your taxes in check. And number 10, there's a farm. Yes, that's right. The village of Glenview has Wagner Farm within its boundaries. It was an operating farm and that the village of Glenview took over. They continue to operate it with local events. There are cows, chickens, pigs, goats. It's a nice attraction to have, whether you're looking for a family-friendly spot to take the kids, or you're looking for a farmer's market to pick up some fresh produce. Or you want some farm fresh eggs. They sell those too. They also host some festivals and events throughout the year. So there you go, the 10 things to consider before making your move to Glenview. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button for more relevant videos about moving to Glenview. I'm always adding new content you wouldn't want to miss out. If you have questions about moving to Glenview or any of the surrounding areas, my contact info is below. Feel free to call, text, or email me. Or send a carrier pigeon, but that might take a little longer to get a response.